What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing something that I feel like is a super overlooked maintenance item, not only on this car, but it's something that could happen to any car, such as this Cruise, this Fusion, and of course something that I have unfortunately fallen into the stereotype of neglecting on this car. So if you're new to my channel, this is my 2017 Volkswagen GTI. This is a hybrid turbo car, makes just under 400 wheel horsepower, makes probably close to 420, 430 crank horsepower. So plenty of fun. Absolutely adore this car. If you want to see more of this car, I have a full playlist called the MK7 GTI Super List. It's on the homepage of my channel, and it has everything from day one, from when I bought this car all the way to now. Of course, this video probably will follow into that playlist. Yeah, so at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about a lot of the stuff playing with this car for the future, as I really haven't spoken much on this car this year, and as you guys can tell, mods with this car have been almost non-existent, which is wild considering last year we pretty much built this car in a year. I built this car, the majority of it last year. I think a handful of parts were from 2022, like the headlights and stuff like that, but the majority of this build happened last year. So anyway, we're going to talk about this forgotten maintenance item, but one thing I wanted to start off with is something, if you're a long-time viewer of my channel, you probably noticed is currently missing from the driveway and the garage. And it's actually not just because my dad is at work. We said goodbye to the Mustang. Now, if you guys are longtime viewers, this was one of the cars that helped build this channel alongside my sport track that I had for so many years. It kind of held the torch of Ford stuff when I got rid of the sport track for this car, until this thing came along and is now the lone Ford that we own anymore. I'll let you guys know this channel was founded on Ford products, and so we don't talk about this car much often because my brother doesn't plan on modifying this car. It's a great daily. It's a 2-liter Fusion Titanium, all-wheel drive. It's got the Focus ST engine. He loves this car. It's comfortable. It does its purpose, but it's not something he's building. So yeah, we said goodbye to the Mustang finally, and it was really hard for me. My dad didn't care. He's ready to get into something new, and it was time to go, but I'm very nostalgic, and I loved that car. As much as it was getting up there in miles, it was starting to have some mechanical issues, and it had a butt ton of electrical problems. When people say European cars are bad about that, but that Mustang had so many electrical issues, it was just time to go. So we said goodbye to it. We said goodbye to the last 2-door rear-wheel drive sports car that we've had here, or 2-door or rear-wheel drive vehicle we've had in general here for a long time, because now we've got 2 all-wheel drives and 2 front-wheel drive cars. So yeah, let's talk about these forgotten maintenance item though, and that is in here's. Apologies for the echo, and this is what I'm talking about. This is a cabin air filter, and this is something that I feel like a lot of times people forget to ever do on their cars, and me, no different. I've had my car for 2 years. I've put almost 30,000 miles on it since I got it. We're going more towards, I guess an accurate representation would be 22,000 miles. My car's just under 50,000 miles, and it's never been done, at least under my ownership. I don't know if it's ever been done on that car, honestly. So I picked up this Hengst charcoal cabin air filter. We're going to swap that out. I also picked up a vibrant resonator for my car, because if you guys know anything about my car, if you've been a long time viewer, this thing is obnoxiously loud. And while I like the turbo whistle, it's really the only thing redeeming this exhaust, in my opinion, with this downpipe and turbo setup. I hated the pops when I had it, when I had the pops and bangs tuned EQT on this car. That's why I got rid of those when I went hybrid. And now I'm going to be quieting the car down as a whole. I picked up a vibrant ultra quiet that'll be going on the car hopefully very soon. I was hoping to do it in this video, but just in case that falls through, I want to have a video for you guys to watch. So that's why this may just get condensed into one video. So I'm going to go ahead and start the install process on this, and then we'll talk about kind of the future for this car in the coming months and possibly beyond. Oh man. All right, so I dumped everything on the floor by accident, but yeah, I'm gonna move over here and possibly, well, I don't know if I want to pop the trunk with this because this is disgusting. So I'm gonna put this like right here by the car, but yeah, that's pretty grimy. I'm gonna highly doubt this has ever been changed. There is so much gunk and crud in this. It's pretty rough. So let's go ahead and unbox our Hanks filter, which is gonna not look anything like that. So it's even got some install instructions. Must be nice to see, unlike the majority of aftermarket parts I put on this car. So yeah, filter is pointing down here, and I believe it only goes in one way. So let's go ahead and reinstall it. You can see it's perfectly clean. It's really nice. Let's go ahead and go reinstall this thing. Alright, so our cabin filter is installed. I'm going to go ahead and put all my stuff back in here that is now on the floor, and come back to you guys. Alright, I guess the only way to find out if the cabin air filter was a success is to get in the car and run the AC, so we're going to do just that. Oh goodness, about died. So let's go ahead and get that cold start, or I guess semi-cold start, because I did drive this thing earlier today. A little bit of a semi-cold start, lukewarm start, I guess. All right, let's check out this AC and see if that helped in any way. So you guys can see this is a day we needed. 103 degrees on the gauge there, and I know this isn't the most accurate thing in the world. I'm trying to get the legs pulled back a little bit. So got the AC running. Fun fact, if you ever want to know when to run recirc and when not, when it's cold outside, pull from outside. When it's hot out, like today, run your recirc. Definitely the kind of day to do it. And right away, the AC is actually cooling the car down relatively quickly, which is kind of surprising because it would take some time before for the AC to cool it down in here. I've got max AC on, I got recirc on, I got all that stuff turned on, and there's no smell, which is nice, other than, not sponsored, this Drift Teakwood air freshener, which actually I discovered them because of Kaysen's Mark 6, which you guys seem to love on this channel, and Michael runs it in his F-150 as well. Michael, if you don't know, is one of my other longtime friends. So yeah, definitely the day to run this, and I think this was a success. Not too bad for me, considering my luck working on cars is never good. So I'm gonna shut this back off and we're gonna talk about the car itself now. Okay, so let's talk about what's going to happen with this car over the next little bit. As I've said earlier, this thing has not been getting a lot of mods this year. The only things we've done so far, one of the things I've only done so far, I guess, is still in a box in my closet. We did New Speed brake lines, the braided New Speed Sport brake lines, back in, I think, late March, early April, to prep this car for Wookiees, which, again, was such an unreal experience. Other than, you know, first time I ever get pulled over being on Tail of the Dragon of all places. But that was really the only we've done to this car all year. And I think I may have spoken in that video that at this point, my only thing with this car is to just enjoy it. We built this car last year. You know, all of you guys helped support me while I did that, and I couldn't be more grateful for that, honestly. And so now I just want to enjoy it. It's just enjoy the final product of what myself and, you know, my amazing friends helped along the way with this car, all the time we spent working on this car. And a lot of you guys may know, if you guys did watch this video a few months back, where we tuned my friend's S5, which, you know, unfortunately, while the other videos have been doing really well, that one actually didn't. I actually got engaged back in March. Me and my fiance are paying for our own wedding, which is going to be quite expensive. It's going to cost almost as much as this car did when I got it. Maybe about $5,000 or $6,000 short of what I spent on this car back in 2022 when I bought it. So a really expensive wedding that we're paying for ourselves. And that's actually why this car hasn't seen anything new other than the brake lines and now a vibrant resonator. And I've just been kind of maintaining it. It's got a fresh oil change I just did recently. I fixed my stripe a little bit. The sun hits it, you can tell it's not the best, but I pretty much got a vinyl cover to put over the stripe because the paint was peeling on it. So don't judge me. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I've just been working on maintaining it, enjoying it. Now, as time goes on, I am going to be getting a couple of things here and there for it that it's not going to be like last year where it was part after part after part. I'm just trying to, you know, make the car my own, enjoy it, what insane amount of work we've done, me and my friends have done on this car, and just go from there. At this point, I mean, little things. I want to get the JQ Works paddle shifters for this car. Obviously, I'm quieting it down. I'm putting the resonator on it. I want to get the Club Sport wing or the A-Spec wing. I can't really decide which one I want. I almost want to go OEM Plus with it, get the Club Sport wing, and make this kind of a Club Sport tribute car. But I haven't really decided yet on that front. And just enjoy it. I may at some point, once I have a new daily in the future, I've thought about taking over my fiance's Yaris since we get her a new car. I've thought about, I almost bought, or almost committed to buying, I should say, Kaysen's old Ram that he has, because I do want to get a truck again at some point. Probably won't be on the sport track. I hate to say it, guys. I know a lot of you guys still clamor for content from that truck that, you know, people seem to forget I got rid of a long time ago. But I'm not getting another one. My fiance has put her foot down. I will never own another sport track, and that's fine. I'll probably wind up with something like a Tacoma if I get another truck, and that's kind of the truck I want the most right now anyway. So at some point, whether it be a truck, an SUV, whether I get an SQ5, which is another car that's in the front running for a daily driver for me. If I go, who knows, if I just come to a lot of money and just buy an X3M, just say screw it. I mean, Volkswagen doesn't sell the Tiguan R, the Touareg R, or the T-Roc or whatever here. So I don't have any good options from them other than just going with an Audi. But once I do that, this car may go more time attack focused, may get a front sway bar done, do the Mark 8 Golf R subframe, stuff like that. But for now, at least, the main focus is just going to be on enjoying the car, doing small things here and there, doing the JQ Works magnetic paddles, possibly doing like the carbon insert on the wheel, doing just some interior stuff. BFI shift knob, for example. They make a DSG shift knob that looks really cool and I love it to death. I want it. Kaysen's looking to get the same one for his manual car, his Mark 6, and just making it look a little bit better and just enjoying the hard work that we've put in over the last 2 years on this car. So I'm excited. If you guys have any cool content ideas you want to see with this car, obviously, I work for the government, so street racing is off the table. I get questions a lot about posting racing content, and there's no content for me to post on racing because I don't go and race, because I work a government job and my job is on the line anytime that I even get pulled over for speeding. So I got to be really careful with that stuff, and that's why I don't race or anything like that. That's why I don't post content of it. I love watching it. I love watching other people do it. It's not for me to get involved in. You guys have known that since day one with me. But I just want to enjoy the car, maybe take it to a couple track days this year. Who knows, maybe now that I've got the brake fluid in, if I can find a lower speed track. Road Atlanta is my home track, and AMP is not too far behind it. AMP probably the better track for this car with these brakes. I may do the Skoda, the Octavia VRS brakes pretty soon. That may be one of the first and last performance parts I get for this car. I might upgrade my downpipe in the future, as this HPA catted downpipe. I mean, the 3-inch downpipe will do the job in getting the power goals that I wanted, and it's done so. But just to free up to a 4-inch, get a Gessie cat on this car versus the standard 200 cell or 300 cell, whichever it has, and make it more emissions compliant. It's still have an emissions area, and in my opinion, these cars sound better with cats on them. So yeah, I guess that's gonna pretty much be the plan. It's just to enjoy it and just keep doing my thing with it and going to more events. Volkstoberfest is coming up in a few months, and I fully intend on this car being there, with Kaysen's Mark 6 and possibly Breyer's Mark 7 Golf R now that it's back. I want to get back into doing some car review type videos, and I think obviously, as you guys can tell, my channel has gone from being multi-brand focused to being Volkswagen focused or VAG group focused, and I'm okay with that. My goal with this channel from now on is to be like Thick Whips with BMWs, but with VW products. Do, you know, Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche, you know, Skoda, if we find someone here in the US that has a Skoda, anything like that. Just, you know, fun videos, doing kind of like his feature films were. And that's kind of where my car reviews moved, starting with the Volvo review I did a couple years ago. Just more of like a Thick Whip style feature film, talking to the owner. I don't have to drive them, but I would love to drive them, stuff like that, and mostly focusing on VAG group cars. I think obviously the next ones in line are going to be like Ron's RS3, which Kaysen's already done a video on. If you guys want to see, you know, kind of, I guess, similar idea, but of course at the time Ron's car was stock, I'll get to do my video with it modified now. Ron's dad just picked up an RS5, a B9.5, a Scari edition, one of 100 in the country, and his dad just bought that. And then of course Kaysen's Mark 6, Michael's S5. My cousin has an A3 TDI, which I think will be a really fun video to cover, as we've covered all the fun petrol stuff on this channel, or gas stuff on this channel, petrol for my European guys. A little bit of my Europeanisms from watching Top Gear too much as a kid. You know, we've done all the good gas stuff. We haven't done any TDI related stuff, so I would love to do some videos with some TDIs and stuff like that. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on. I'm gonna leave you guys alone now and let y'all get back to watching content creators with a bit more skill than I do. So thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time, and hopefully you guys enjoy your time, you know, with your VWs, and change your cabin air filters. See you guys later.